everybody, it's Tyler here at Score Signature Band, checking in 20027W Watt, coming in from Mississippi. This team here, a lot of great things going on for it. Some cool stuff we noticed, this little X-Brace on here, we'll be talking more about that, but they got some really cool offensive and defensive strategies that we'll be diving more into as well. Overall, this robot, very well built. Love the compliant intake that's going on in the front here. We'll talk a little bit more about their process and getting the Lady Brown and how all that has come together. Just learn more about Watt coming up here on Pits and Parts.
This video on fun is brought to you by viewers like you and also in partnership with the following.
The Robotics Education and Competition Foundation provides fantastic programs for students from elementary school all the way through college. These include VEX, aerial drone competition, online challenges, JROTC, drill-powered, scholarships, certifications, and so much more. To discover these exciting opportunities, visit recf.org and get connected. Patrick, let's start the breakdown of some of this robot. I mean, some great stuff from your Lady Brown to this aligner here and even more. What do you want to start out with?
So I'd like to start off with the Lady Brown mechanism first. So a goal with this robot, that we wanted everything to be light and able to move lightly. So first, we go with how we powered the Lady Brown. We use a 5.5 watt motor, and it's 12 to 36, and it runs at 66 RPM. We've seen a lot of these like elite teams use this RPM because it has torque to still score on the wall stakes, but we can also score efficiently and fast at the same time. So first, to make it even faster, we use PID. We use the rotation sensor, and we have 3 toggles. So the first one, and then the second one, and then it goes back. And so we use the same button to score everything and load everything, and that way we can score on the wall stake properly, fastly, and efficiently. And this size of the Lady Brown is able to rotate 360 degrees, so we are able to flip goals in the future as well as maybe this tournament.
How's this aligner all coming into play for you?
So this aligner, we've been using this type of mechanism since our last 2 tournaments. So specifically what I'm proud with this aligner is we use this rubber screw, and this part is probably very old VEX, but this specific part lets this aligner move back and forth and move according to the rings on the wall stake. So we're able to align without having to use specific rubber bands, and it always goes back to place near the end or after we score it.
Overall, this is just coming together so well for this. One of the things I love to hear about teams is different ways that they're finding efficiencies, especially in terms of weight saving for that. When we were talking earlier, you mentioned this X-Brace that's on your robot here. Break that down for me a bit more.
Yes, sir. So this X-Brace, the main reason we used it is we wanted to save weight. Instead of using an underbrace right here, we chose to use an X-Brace because we all know like triangles have the best structure and keeping stuff rigid. So we took inspiration from 334Y Calamity, or Supernova, and basically this has the same structural rigidity as a regular bottom brace, and this we use polycarbonate. It's light, efficient, and we're able to use this structure to support everything else, like our doinker right here, as you can see right there.
So rigidity on that part, but sunning on here, you have utilizing polycarb for actually a bit more of a compliant or compliant type intake. So it's interesting to see kind of that transition go from there to this type of intake. So break this down more for me.
So we used a lot of polycarbonate on this intake, one because of to meet our goal of saving weight so that we could become a lot faster. And as you can see right here, our intake does move quite a bit, and that's to help the rings align with the intake so we don't have to be completely on spot every single time. So if the ring is over here, for example, the intake can align itself with it and still suck itself in. But we don't want to bend it too much because that could run the risk of it breaking. So we put these standoffs in to help limit how much it bends. And so we actually made a 2-stage intake. So this first stage here is run by this 5.5 watt motor to produce 66 RPM. And so then after it goes through the first intake, it comes up into our second stage, which is also run by the another 5.5 watt motor, another 5.5 watt motor. And the reason that we decided to do 2 stages is so that we could use our Lady Brown while we also sucked in more rings, and that just really helped with time efficiency and also like scoring.
Speaking of scoring, I mean, your team has been on quite a run this year so far. A triple crown, 2 tournament wins, couple skills as well too. All with that, how has that all come into play with some of your match strategy? Break down what you're doing, especially here at this signature event.
So for me, I do the offensive strategy, and what that entails is really looking out on the rest of the field for goal scoring opportunities. Because Patrick, he can't focus on the entire field at one time, so he needs me and Rohan to be doing looking out on the field for him. So what it means to be the offensive strategist is to be looking for goal opportunities, whether that be like a wall stake or an open mobile goal, and also rings that are just laying around that he can get and put onto the wall stakes or the mobile goals.
And then from a defensive strategy, Rohan, how does that really come into play? I mean, we always hear about offense all the time, but talk more about what defensive strategy means to you.
So for defensive, obviously Patrick is more focused on the robot itself, Sonny's more focused on the rings, and I have to be focused on the other robots and how they use our rings. Like for example, let's say an opponent robot takes our rings and tries to score it on a goal and shove it in the negative corner. I have to let Patrick know that, hey, they're taking our rings, send either our alliance to go and help or ourselves go and try and get it out of the negative corner.
You know, I wish more teams would really do that. I think about some other events we've been to where teams have lost a match because they're not paying attention to another wall stake somewhere else on the field or something like that. So I'm glad that you really have incorporated all that together. I do have to ask you, your team, like I mentioned, has had a lot of great success. What do you think is like your team's key to success that you've had so far this year in high stakes?
I think for us, our best moment was mainly when we went to Oxford and we triple crowned and won excellent skills and tournament champion. I feel that with this new robot, we can still maybe compete even better when we go to state or if we do hopefully qualify for Worlds.
It's just that team cohesion that you have that really just leads to that success, do you think?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, once again, Watt, thank you so much for taking time to break down this robot more. We wish you the best here at SCORE, so we can't wait to see how you do. A lot of great things teams can learn from this, so we appreciate you taking the time. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
The Robotics Education and Competition Foundation provides fantastic programs for students from elementary school all the way through college. These include VEX, aerial drone competition, online challenges, JROTC, girl-powered, scholarships, certifications, and so much more. To discover these exciting opportunities, visit recf.org and get connected.